Alrighty, so it's time to confirm some of the loads we've been shooting that have been 3-shot groups. So today we're going to load up the 140 grain Botal hollow point with Hodgkin Superformance, and we're going to load up the 140 grain ELD match with the H4350. So in the last video we found 41.5 grains loaded at a 2.8 inch cartridge overall length to produce about 2765 feet per second, 7.9 SD, and a 0.29 inch 3-shot group. So we're going to load 5 up at that load and shoot them today. We're also going to load up 5 shots with the 140 grain Botal hollow point with Hodgkin Superformance. Now with this load we're going to use 43.7 grains. This shot 2694 feet per second, 6.3 SD, and a 3-shot group of 0.10. Again, loaded at 2.8 cartridge overall length. And so we're going to go out to the range and we're going to shoot 2 5-shot groups, and we're going to see if we can confirm these 3-shot groups with some good 5-shot groups. Alright, so let's get out on the range and let's see it. Alrighty, we're out here on the range. The target is at 100 yards. This is my Savage 110 Tactical, chambered in 6.5 Creedmoor, 24-inch barrel, 1 1/8 twist. It's got an Athlon 624 optic, and it's mounted in an MDT XRS chassis. Getting velocity through our lab radar. It is a nice evening to shoot. Really not much wind. It was windy just a little bit ago, but I've been waiting for the wind to die down because we're expecting some good groups. We're shooting the 140 grain ELD match from Hornady with H4350, and we're shooting the 140 grain Botal hollow point from Hornady with Superformance. Alright, the gun is cool. Haven't shot it today. And it's dirty. Hasn't been cleaned in a little while. I think after this video here today, we're going to clean the barrel. Alright, so we are ready to go ahead and shoot. I'm going to go ahead and single feed them here. Just because we're not shooting very many of them. The overall length is plenty short enough to not single feed them. But that's what we're going to go ahead and do today. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's see if they'll group. Well, that's not a good start. We'll see if it's just a cold bore point of impact shift. I usually don't see much cold bore impact shift with this gun, but we'll find out here. Alright, so from what it looks like there, it looks like we did have that cold bore shift down. I don't know how bad it screwed up our group, but we'll find out here in a little bit. Let's see if our velocity was pretty consistent. Alright, our velocity was 2760 with an SD of 15. So that was a lot worse than what we had before for consistency. Alright, so let's go ahead and move over to the Botal hollow point and see if the groups fare a little bit better. We won't have that cold bore shot here either. Alright, the 140 Botal hollow point was the better group out of the 3 shotters, so see if we see the same thing out of the 5-shot group. Off to a better start here. All right, so the first three group pretty good. See what the next two do. All right, group fell apart there. Felt like good shot. That's why you should always come back and confirm with 5-shot groups. Now, it's not that these are bad groups, but they're a whole lot less impressive than what we saw with the 3-shotters. Alrighty. So let's check out our velocity there. I do think that the Bowtail hollow point has beat the ELD with the group size. Let's see about the velocity. Alright, so velocities on that one were 2702 average with a 5.5 SD. So surprisingly, Hodgkin Superformance outperformed H4350 today. Alright, let's get over there and let's check out the group sizes. Alright, so we're back on the bench here. What you're looking at on the right side of the groups we shot today, on the left are going to be the 3-shot groups that we shot in the last couple of videos. So, the first group with a 140 grain ELD match with H4350, 41.5 grains. We shot 2760 feet per second. Very consistent with what we had in the past, but our SD jumped up to 15.0. So this doubled from our 3-shot group. Now, our group wasn't as good as I'd expected, but we did end up with a 0.86 inch group. Now, this does include that cold bore shot, which is up at the top there. Now, if we throw that out, which I typically don't, we're looking at about a 0.5 inch group. So maybe if I'd have warmed up the barrel, this would have been a better group. Moving on to the next load. The 140 grain Bowtail hollow point with 43.7 grains of Superformance, shot 2702 feet per second. Very similar to the velocities we saw the first time we shot the 3-shot group, and an excellent 5.6 SD. So very surprised that our SD with the ball powder beat H4350. Now, our group tried to group there. We threw that one up high and to the right. Felt like a good shot, but we still ended up with a 0.77 inch group. So overall, I'm kind of a little bit disappointed. I was hoping to get something under ½ inch since the 3-shotters were so good, but this kind of proves that 3-shot groups don't tell you a whole lot. Maybe they do, because these are both acceptable groups. For anything that I would do, you know, 3/4 of an MOA, that's perfectly fine for me. Now, I think we'll probably start shooting some more 5-shot groups on the channel, because we've got some really good 3-shotters. I want to start shooting some really nice 5-shot groups, get something in the 0.3s, 0.4s to show off the Savage. Alright, so next up on the channel is going to be the 16-inch 6.5 Grendel videos are coming back with that very inexpensive Bear Creek Arsenal barrel. So stay tuned for that next weekend. Thank you guys for subscribing. If you want to support the channel, check out the Patreon, and we'll see you next time.